Is it too late to start a YouTube channel? This is a question that I asked myself several years ago, and I have to tell you that at that moment I thought that it was too late. It was something that I was wasting my time. And then I reactivated my channel at the end of last year, which was at the beginning of last year, which was 2025. And after doing this consistently for that period, today we are, it's May of 2026, I realized that, yeah, I was totally wrong. And I want to bring this idea that I read someplace, many researches that I do, which was, this phrase that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. I think that it applies exactly for YouTube. And I mentioned this again and again. The best moment to start YouTube, in fact, was 2007, and the second best time is today. Even though the community is growing, and even though you might feeling that, well, if I'm going to create something, there is somebody else that is already doing what I'm trying to create. But if you are going to present a new perspective, even if you are going to, let's put this example. Many people would say that I'm not going to create a restaurant of hamburgers because McDonald's is already there. But even though that happens, you can find, well, more McDonald's that are opening. And at the same time, you are finding restaurants that create even more and better hamburgers than McDonald's. And that is not stopping more people to try that and also have success. The same thing applies to YouTube. What that shows is that there is a hamburger market. And if you have a market to promote, to show what you're capable of creating, well, dude, the only thing that you need is a clear reason to do it and move forward. And today, I want to share some perspectives with you related to this and questions that probably that you are like me or around me. I am 51 years old today, and I wish that I started my YouTube channel when I was 40. Even more that I started my game development career with YouTube while I was 40, because things would be totally different at this moment for me. I'm pretty sure that I will be absolutely independent of anything because I did the job. And on the other side, I love this. And that's another reality. I love create video games. That's my first and most important passion. But I also develop a taste, a love for creating content on YouTube and sharing with other people. So you can find that on my other channel. I will provide you with a link in my other channel in the description as well. So the first is the wrong question. The wrong question is it too late? And the problem is not that you are asking if it is too late or not. If the question is there still a place for someone like me? And that's a very different question, because when you think about YouTube, you probably are thinking in terms of saturation of the market, which, yes, you're going to find. I'm going to provide you with some numbers now in the video, but you can find a lot of saturated tutorials, saturated videos, reactions, generic advice. But there is one thing that is very important, is that if you are, in fact, an experienced person like me, if you have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, you have a great perspective of life, world, and your experience, the things that you feel passion for, that is uniquely you. And that is the key element that you have to show as a differentiation element in your YouTube video. You can find people that try to do something like what I'm doing right now on this YouTube channel, in other YouTube's channels that I admire and I always follow. I'm always glad to learn from them, the way that they present content and also the content that they present. But I have my own style, and this is what you want to bring. You want to bring your own style, your uniqueness to these dishes of many options in YouTube. The other thing is, it is too late to be generic. And I want to bring this to two important facts. We have 20 million new daily uploaded videos on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. You have a lot of space around this environment of YouTube, but there is a lot of spaces where people is are generic, and this is not exactly the space for YouTube today. When we started YouTube when YouTube started in 2007, people were eager to consume content. And well, they were not structured. They just present the video there, you watch the video, and that's it. In fact, I have some family videos on one unlisted channel where I can go back to watch the videos and they are just mine. And my goal at that moment was I want to keep these videos there. It's a safe place to have it. Well, I think it is at this moment. But it is generic. And now you have to be more specific because you get to help the algorithm to work with you. You can create, I'm going to talk, for example, my case in game dev. I can talk about game dev in general, or I can also go to coding in game dev, and I can talk about Unreal, Unity, Godot. And this is still too spread because I'm going to have developers that works on one engine and not in the others, and they really don't care about that. Even though it is specific for game development, it's not specific enough. It's still too generic. So I have to go to maybe Unreal, which I focus on, or Unity or Godot. I have to be very specific. I have to niche my audience. Here on this YouTube channel is an audience. Well, as I'm planning it at this moment, at least, it's an audience that is interested to start their YouTube channel. People that feels like me that they're trying to figure out, well, maybe they are retiring, maybe they are planning for the future, and they say, what am I going to do? Maybe golf is not enough for me. So what I'm going to do, I would like to share that. Maybe I can share myself and my content to my grandchildren and my grandchildren to see me one day. That's absolutely possible. So what are you going to bring here? The other element is that 90% of videos watched on YouTube are recommended by the algorithm. And this is why you don't want to make videos generic. You want to help the algorithm understand who you are and what is the kind of content that you are creating in YouTube, so they can classify you, and then the algorithm can present your videos to the right audience. If they don't understand, if the algorithm, one day you do a paella dish and the next time you do some acrobatics and then you change a car engine and then you create a game development, it's crazy for the algorithm. He cannot classify you. And the problem with that is that it's not going to expose your video to the right audience because the algorithm doesn't know who are you. And we're going to talk about that in future videos. And I think this is a great moment for you to support this by giving a like to this and subscribe, because this is going to be a journey. And I know that every element that we're going to cover in the future is going to add great value for you. Now, I want to keep this phrase in your mind. It is not too late to start a YouTube channel, but it is definitely too late to start a channel with no identity. And this is an important distinction that you have to keep. Who are you? What is the way that you're going to make yourself distinct, different to the rest of the YouTube channels? The third element I want to cover is your experience is an advantage. And that's why I told you that if you have 30, 40 or more years old, I think that that's when people start, let's say, trusting in your advice. I love to watch people that are more wiser. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm wise, but I want to find people that are wise and trying to get nice information from them. Sometimes they're just my friends. I'm asking, hey, what do you think? I love to ask the questions when they are on their birthdays and ask, what do you think could be the most important thing you have learned from your life? And it's an unusual question, but I always want to see how people respond to that. And that is the experience that will provide you an advantage, a perspective that no other person has. And that is, oh my God, that those are all your assets that belongs only to you that you can show on a YouTube channel. Why don't you? What is that expertise that you can do? Keep this in mind. From my perspective, it will be something like, I am not building this channel because I already won the game. I am building it because I want to understand the game while I play it. And if you think about that, and if you say, well, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to see how this works, and how I can use the experience that I have to present it on YouTube and continue exploring and continue testing ideas and see what works, that is going to be a very encouraging thought. And it's going to allow you to continue doing one video after another, after another, after another. The fourth element I want to share with you is that the opportunity has changed. And this is a key point. Many years ago, when YouTube was just released, people just uploaded videos and hoping that they found them. And today you have to position yourself a little bit more. And I want to touch several concepts to keep in mind that you need to think about. Not deeply, because you still are discovering how your YouTube video is going to be, but something that you will have to keep into consideration as time progresses. The first one is positioning. Why should people watch you instead of someone else? What is the thing that you're going to bring to your table that is uniquely you? Packaging. Is the title and thumbnail strong enough to earn the click? You're going to see it. Every time that somebody is going to watch your YouTube your post on YouTube, they're going to watch, they're going to watch your thumbnail, and it's got to be attractive. And they're going to watch, after they watch the thumbnail, they're going to read the title. And those two things have to make sense for people to say, I want to click this. Then is the retention. And the retention is, does this video keep people watching? And that means, is your content interesting? Is your content adding value to people? That is the other thing that you have to keep in mind. It's not just, I'm going to chat about things and say nothing. You have to get a value. And I hope that you're getting a value from this. The other is trust. Does the audience feel there is a real person behind the content? And guys, we are in AI times today. And I know you can support AI to create your content and ordering the things that you want to say. I do that. I'm not going to say that I don't. I do that to be more ordered, to present my content the best possible way for you. But this is me. This is me. I am here in front of the camera. I'm talking to you. I'm joining this conversation with you. This is me. And this is totally different. And this creates more trust for people that they don't know you. They have to see you on the other side. So are you going to present yourself on the other side? And honestly, all the things, I'm sorry, I have some cough today. All the things that I love to present myself is because I want to leave this legacy for my children, for my grandchildren, for whatever people is going to find this in the future. And I hope it inspires people as well. And the other is consistency. Are you building a recognizable direction? The average YouTube channel stops at 22 videos. So at this moment, people goes inactive. They just uploaded 22 videos and that's it. And they say, yeah, I stop. This is not working and I'm boring. And that bring us back to the fact that even though there are millions of people uploading YouTube videos, they are not going to stay for long. The majority of people are not going to stay for long. So what works here is consistency. But how can you build consistency over something that at the beginning you are not paid for and you don't feel passion for? You need to feel passion for the things that you are creating on YouTube. It is like, let me put it this example. I love to play the guitar. I used to play a lot more before, but I feel passion for the guitar. I enjoy playing the guitar. I used to finish school and then go and play the guitar, or finish university and go and play the guitar. That was my space. Now imagine that I can use the things that I'm learning in the guitar, even the process while I'm learning things on the guitar, and I start presenting that content on YouTube. So it adds value for me because I'm talking about something I feel passion for. Do you have something you feel passion for? That is going to build your consistency, because there are going to be days that you don't want to do anything. But that doesn't mean that you won't go back to your passion. What is your passion? And the only thing you have to do is translate that passion and share it on YouTube. And it's going to be, in the long term, an interesting game for you, where you're going to be rewarded, not only for the presence of people on the other side, but also in money, because that can create opportunities for you in the future that will translate in income for you, for your family, for whatever you want to do. And also keep in mind that people are watching more YouTube today than TV all around the world. And I gotta tell you guys, I don't know if you feel that before, but I'm sometimes trying to move between one show and another on Netflix, and I can't find anything. And then I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, I have Prime because I have the service, and I got Prime as well. And sometimes I can't find anything to watch. Sometimes I even find things on Tubi, and it is documentary. I love documentaries, and I find something to watch. But now I'm realizing that there is a lot of wisdom content, the wisdom people, wise people, and wisdom in general on YouTube as well. Let's not take the garbage. Let's not put away the fun things. They have their value, but for me at this moment of my life, I want to listen to people with deep thoughts. One of my favorite channels on YouTube, I gotta say, is not related to video games. It's called Modern Wisdom. And I love the content that these people present, the interviews, the perspective from others. It's going to enrich me. And I can't find that on TV. Even the news. The news are not working today. Now I found the news on YouTube. Now imagine there's a space that is open to you. Other important element, 1 billion hours watched daily on YouTube. Oh my God, that is a huge number. Are you going to say, yeah, Tony, but who is going to watch my channel? Dudes, if you go to the gym on January 1st and you continue going to the gym in December 31st, same year, you're going to watch the development of your body. You're going to see the results. If you do the same thing, I'm not saying that you post one video every day on YouTube, but let's say that you post one video every week about the things that you love. And that's totally possible. You're going to start watching the results. But it's not going to be with 22 videos. And in 22 videos, the algorithm is still starting to understand who you are. What is the kind of content that you're presenting. Later, they will tell you, okay, yeah, I think I like what you're presenting, and I know who is the community to watch this. This is what I'm doing right now with this video. This is my 4th video on the channel. I am enjoying this channel very much. I think that I needed this space to also to chat with people. Well, I'm not chatting with you, not yet, at least until you add some comments and give me some perspective of what are the challenges that you are confronting. Also, if you have any questions, please share with me. I don't say that I have all the answers, but I love to research, and I want to compare that to my other channel that is growing, and that is going to give me other kind of perspective. But the reality is 1 billion hours watched on YouTube. Man, that's huge. And that's a field of potential for you, because I know you know something. I know you feel passion for something that it is worth to share. What is stopping you? The camera. You also have an iPhone. You can use an iPhone to share that, or iPhone or any other mobile. You can use it to start sharing what you're doing. And the other thing is, YouTube is the #1 most used platform in the world. That is incredible. So imagine the potential. YouTube is now on TVs, is now on mobile, is now on your computer, is on everything. Even more, I know today that some people has discovered me on ChatGPT because they ask, hey, I want a mentor related to video game development. Who can you recommend me? And because my presence on YouTube, ChatGPT is starting recommending people. And that's how I'm getting clients. It is because of the presence on YouTube. And I know sometimes you feel weird when you are talking to a camera. This morning, in fact, I was talking to my wife. She has a great opportunity for a job. She's not very interested on it, but she said, well, what the heck, I'm going to do it. And this This interview was to a new format that companies are using, which is on the camera. And the thing is that she feels weird talking to the camera. I don't. I felt that at the beginning, but then I get used to talk to the camera, and now it feels like natural. I'm glad that I'm talking to the camera. Is another superpower that I in time developed. Like anything else, guys, you're going to develop that in time. But people are watching YouTube. Billions are watching YouTube every day, and it's the number one platform used. Not only that, it's the second search engine in the world, just after Google. And well, Google owns YouTube. So imagine the potential for you. The five element is small channels still have an advantage. When you are creating a small channel, when you're starting your channel, you're experimenting, you're trying to change direction, you should talk to a very specific audience, like a niche audience that you identify. And you're going to start building a deeper relation. Where when we're talking about your first 100 followers, I have followers for this channel. It's incredible, but I already have followers for this channel in my fourth video. We are starting to develop that connection, and you start to see why this channel is going to start adding value for you. I hope that you already did, but we're going to continue progressing on that, not just in this time of talking, but we're also going technical on YouTube in the future. And this is a powerful reframe that you have to keep in mind, which is you're small, but there is a huge field of possibilities. Remember the case that I mentioned for McDonald's. That McDonald's is the biggest restaurant of hamburgers in the world. It doesn't mean that you cannot create your own unique hamburgers and people will go crazy for your hamburger because they are the best hamburgers in the world. I always say that I visit a town in Canada, I don't remember right now at this moment, and I remember that those were the best hamburgers I ever eat in my entire life. And I wish to go to that place to eat the hamburgers again. And that moment, that I remember that restaurant was huge. It was full of people, and they were asking these hamburgers that were fantastic. That is the same thing for you. If you create quality content, you are going to call the right niche audience, and this right niche audience will become your fan. Let's go to the point 6. The real problem is not saturation, it is bigness. And this is when I'm talking, this has relation to also other points that we cover. You need to define who are you talking to. What is the problem that you are trying to solve? What is the kind of transformation that you are promising for people? Why the viewers should return to your channel? Why the viewers should return to my channel? It's because, well, they have their challenges creating their YouTube content. They have the internal challenges, that the questions that they have to ask to themselves of, oh my God, would that be good enough? Things like that. That's the most usual, the usual, which is, I don't think this video has quality enough to be presented. Dudes, you never know. You literally never know. You don't know when you're going to create a video that eventually is going to climb up. And I know that you're probably thinking, okay, Tony, yeah, but that happens just to you. I remember being on the other side, watching the videos from other people, and they are presenting me videos that at the beginning were kind of dead and then started climbing in views out of the average views of their channel. And they went crazy. And I remember that they said, I never thought at the beginning when I posted that video that it's going to be so successful. And it turns out that in time it did. So the important thing is that you have a clear niche audience, that you have a message that is clear, and eventually it's going to kick off. And it's going to go in directions that you never know. And sometimes, I'm talking based on my experience, it's going to be a surprise, the video that went fantastically. And sometimes the video that you say, oh, I nailed it, this video is great, the content is fantastic, the thumbnail, the title, everything is okay, it went like not so good. It happens. But the only thing you get to do is to be focused. It's not bigness. It's what what is who is your audience, or what is the type of content that you're going to present, how you're going to add values to them. Seventh, uh, Project YouTube 3000 is the proof. This channel is not built from the mountain top up. This channel is built from zero. And that was the challenge for me. It is built from the first step. So I'm trying to use what I already learned on YouTube, on other channel, and try to explain on this one why YouTube works or why it is working for me. And I'm trying to present the next content to tell you, okay, this is what I do when I create a thumbnail. This is what I do when I create a title, the description, the, I don't know, hashtags, the approach that I take, the tools that I use. And this is something that I'm going to cover in future videos. And this is the moment, by the way, to subscribe to this and be ready for it. But what I wanted with this project is to start from zero and try to prove my theory, my hypothesis. I'm going one video at a time with you, that so you can realize, yeah, I can do that as well. Other subject, it can be anything else. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is what I told you. You need to feel passion for it. That's the only condition, because passion is going to keep you going back and back and back and back again. In the case of the industry, I'm going to talk about my specific industry, which is game development or video games. When I started my path in game development, it was in the 80s. I was writing I wrote my first line of code, and for me it was, wow, this is so amazing. I was in love with code first sight. And since that moment, I decided I want to create video games. I want to use these tools to create video games. And my first video games were crappy games. They were not the best. They were text, and you have to do things. In fact, I was inspired by Back to the Future, which was a great movie of the moment, in that moment. And I created this text-based video game. And it was a beautiful experience. That was my first video game. I could say that I was around 12 years old when I created my first video game using BASIC, the language BASIC, on my Atari computer 800 XL. I think that was, yeah, I think that was the number. No, it doesn't matter. But then I built my career and I get into programming, boring programming. And eventually I went back to my passion, which was I wanted to create video games using computing programming. And this is going to happen to you. Sometimes you get a job, you don't like the job, you want to do something else. So the project YouTube 3000 is a test of that theory. And you can also prove that to yourself. What is the thing that you feel passionate, that you probably put aside because of family, because of your kids? Maybe your kids are right now in grades very close. They are very close to the university, like it is my case. So what I'm going to prepare to do in the next chapter of my life? What are you going to prepare to do now? Maybe you are in your 30s. You have a job, you have already responsibilities, but you also want to build for the future. What is the thing that you feel passion for? It is game dev. We can talk about game dev in my other channel. I can help you with that, absolutely. But it could be on other thing. It could be gardening. It could be YouTube. It could be, I don't know, anything. That's your personal search. But what is that? And then that is going to give you that emotional identity that will help you move forward in your own project. 8, the better question: what channel is worth starting? And that's the question for you. It can be a channel about anything, but it can be a channel about life, about your experience, about what is your particular point of view related to a subject that you want to share. And this is just a journey. The good thing about YouTube is that you don't have to say, I'm going to close the YouTube channel. You can put a video and then put another video and so on. Of course, consistency is important for the algorithm. The algorithm needs to know, okay, you post videos one after another. And the reason behind that is because the algorithm wants people to watch one video after another. And if you have quality content, what will happen is people are going to watch your first video and then they want to watch another video of you. That happens with me with Modern Wisdom. I want to watch one video and then I go to the next one. And I'm talking about videos that are long. Usually are conversations of 1 hour, I'm sorry, or more. And I want to watch one video after another, but that is because they keep the consistency in presenting the content and the way that they structure it. The same thing will happen to you. You just have to be consistent on uploading videos. Of course, if you can upload a video daily, that would be fantastic. I can't do that. And I think that if you want to create quality content, honestly, I think it's very difficult to do that if you don't have a huge team, which eventually will happen. But at this moment, if you can create one video every week or every or bi-weekly or a month, it's better than doing nothing. But again, it's about you moving and sharing the things that you want to share. So is it too late to start a YouTube channel today? Well, if you are unstructured, if you don't know what you're going to talk about, if you want to talk about something you don't feel passion for, definitely it's not a good time. But it's not related to the fact of YouTube as a platform. It's related to a question that you have to answer. It is a personal question. It is not about, yeah, I think I can help people in mathematics, so I'm going to create a channel of mathematics, but I don't feel passion for mathematics. That's not going to work. That is not going to last. But if you feel passion for something, you have a unique perspective that the world is waiting to see. And this is the last message I want to share with you today. If you have something that you're ready to find, set up your mind and you say, I would love to share this, I will invite you to start showing it today. And I will love to know that. I hope that you enjoy this content, and I'll see you in the next video that you can watch right here. Bye, guys.